Manchester United is looking for a forward and Kylian MBAPPE is definitely in the picture. Hello everyone, thank you for being part of the United chapter and make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've definitely got to bring to you as long as it is sport and as long as it is Manchester United related right about here at the United chapter where we talk sport, we talk transfers. You know that we're definitely going into the transfer season, heading into the transfer season. It is definitely getting fishy. So if you need not to miss out on anything, all you need to do is easy subscribe, ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever the United chapter with me, your host Abu KALS, has to bring to you. So what are we definitely talking about? What's making news? Who's going where? Who's remaining at the club? We definitely are now going to be talking about Kylian MBAPPE, who is a French professional football player and has been playing for Paris Saint-Germain and is being haunted for by quite a number of clubs. Recently, he was heavily linked to Manchester United. And out of the sudden, things didn't go on quite well. And now he is back in the news for Manchester United. If you need to know this, just make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Stick around. So, Kylian MBAPPE will be remembered that he was haunted by many clubs. Very many clubs are interested in Kylian MBAPPE. But also, it will be remembered that Kylian MBAPPE signed a contract to be at Paris Saint-Germain for quite a very long period of time. Just recently, I think that was last year. And despite the fact that he signed the contract, signing a contract would mean having Kylian MBAPPE for you to have Kylian MBAPPE, you definitely have to pay quite a lot of money. The fact that he signed that contract, it definitely means that to get him, it would involve quite a lot of money. So, Manchester United are not backing down on Kylian MBAPPE. They're saying they definitely want Kylian MBAPPE, and they are definitely going for Kylian MBAPPE. So, it will be remembered that Erik ten Hag is not a football manager or goes for big names like Kylian MBAPPE, but this could be interesting if he goes for him. It could definitely be very, very interesting. Some people who do not know Kylian MBAPPE, if you don't know who Kylian MBAPPE is, I think you've got a problem. Kylian MBAPPE should be known by everybody who's following sport. No matter even what club you support, you should be knowing Kylian MBAPPE because he's one of the finest football players in the world. And I'll be giving you the statistics of Kylian MBAPPE so that you can definitely understand the kind of football player we are talking about. Football player who's scored very, very many goals, both in the World Cup and in the European leagues. Anyway, it will be remembered that his other name is Kylian Mbappe. He is a French professional football player who plays as a forward for Ligue 1 club, and that is Paris Saint-Germain, and captains the French national team, and also is regarded as one of the best players in the world. He is renowned for his dribbling abilities, exceptional speed, and finishing. Definitely, he is a beast when it comes to finishing, and unbeaten when it comes to runs. He has quite a lot of speed, and when you see it's evident why Manchester United definitely want him, because he's a brilliant football player. And if you're going to compete in a club that has somebody like, if you're going to compete in a league that has football players like Erling Haaland, you definitely need the beast inside there. And I think that's why Manchester United has looked at this and said, no, we definitely need a big football player. We need somebody who will possibly have some statistics that will be matching, possibly a person like Erling Haaland. And that's why Manchester United has come with all its hopes that definitely they are willing to pay quite a lot of money for this gentleman, Kylian MBAPPE. So I will be remembered that Kylian MBAPPE played for Monaco under 19. He played for the big club Monaco. He played for Monaco too. He also played for the French national team, and he also played for PSG, and that's Paris Saint-Germain. He's played quite a number of leagues, and also you will remember that he played in Copa de la Liga. He played for Trophy de Champions. He also played in the French Cup. He played in UEFA Champions League. He's also been in League One, and he's been looking at making a move. It could be an interesting move this time around for him to join the Premier League. You will remember that Kylian Mbappe has always been ranked with the likes of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. When you say Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, then in the third position, there's been always Kylian Mbappe. Now, there could be a big question about Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland, as people came out and asked me who is a better football player. Is it Kylian Mbappe or it's Erling Haaland? Anyway, Erling Haaland is a very good football player at the moment, but he still needs to prove quite a lot. I mean, he's had the most goals scored after Aaron Shearer in any Premier League. In the Premier League, he's had the most number of goals scored ever, and I mean all time. He's broken the records, but he's broken that record in just one season. He needs to play 3-4 seasons, and we see how he goes in the Premier League. And when you see statistics, his all-time statistics and Kylian Mbappe's all-time statistics, definitely you can see that Kylian Mbappe is a better football player. But being a better football player when it comes to Premier League, will he adapt to the Premier League? Will he adapt at Manchester United if he gets to Manchester United? Or it's going to be a struggle? Anyway, I think with the right manager, who is Erik ten Hag, who has done quite a big job for this gentleman and with this for the club, and he could do quite a big job for this gentleman when this gentleman definitely gets to Manchester United. I think if the pair come and they share a few things, they could definitely come out with a bit of magic in there. But I think Kylian Mbappe, if Manchester United definitely are heading to sign this gentleman, Kylian Mbappe, I would give Manchester United a thumbs up, because United is lacking that striker, that big forward, that wonderful forward. Manchester United is definitely lacking that sort of football player who will finish, who will score possibly 25 goals plus. That is the sort of striker Manchester United is lacking. I mean, there are football players at United, the strikers at United of quite performed, like Marcus Rashford is done, he's performed okay. But are we talking about a top striker and also a finisher, because Marcus Rashford is also one who can always make assists and wonderful assists. But when he can score and make assists, but when he's trying to make assists, or when he's off form, definitely somebody must be there, and so that all these assists he always tries to make, they do not get spoiled. Anyway, you'll be remember that Manchester United has quite a number of strikers. It is definitely linked to, and some of the strikers there is actually, there are 4 strikers that are linked to Manchester United, but we definitely know Manchester United is definitely going to go with one of them. And there have been 3, and Kylian Mbappe has come out as the latest striker that has been linked to Manchester United. And the first striker that was definitely linked to Manchester United was Harry Kane. Harry Kane was linked to Manchester United in the summer transfer window, and after the summer transfer window, of course, last summer transfer window, Manchester United did not get him because of a few reasons. And the general transfer window, he was heavily linked to the club Manchester United. And it didn't go on quite well. And lots of hopes headed to the summer transfer window. And the summer transfer window is right here. And there is nothing that has been concluded just as yet. And then leaving that aside, Harry Kane aside, I told you there are 4 strikers, and You can let me know. Go into the comment section and tell me which striker you want Manchester United to sign. And you can definitely also tell me the reasons as to why you think that football player could be the best out of the four and why you think he should play for Manchester United. But Harry Kane is one, and then Harry Kane plays for Spurs. Then the second footballer that was linked to Manchester United, also heavily linked to Manchester United, was Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen, who is a Nigerian football player who also plays for Napoli as a forward and scored quite a big number of goals, and still young, still a very young football player, around 24, 25, around there. That means definitely still has a long period to play for Manchester United if Manchester United definitely sign him. He is also another one that he's actually also a potential signing for Manchester United. And then the third one is Tammy Abraham. So Tammy Abraham definitely also is a very good one, and he's played in the Premier League. He's proved in the Premier League that he can score quite a big number of goals. As you already know, that he played for Aston Villa and scored quite a number of goals at Aston Villa, and also moved from Aston Villa to Chelsea. And when he was at Chelsea, he also managed to score quite a big number of goals at Chelsea. So he already has the experience to play in the Premier League, and that is what any football manager would definitely like. Come make an impact, come start scoring. We need you for goals. That's definitely what we need you for. Just come and start scoring, and that is it, period. So it will be remembered that all that putting all that in consideration, that now it's four of them. Kylian MBAPPE becoming the latest that has been linked to Manchester United. So four, and there is one potential, there's one that is definitely going to sign out of them. Whom would you think is the best fit for Manchester United? First of all, you need to put in consideration that Kylian MBAPPE is going to be extremely expensive. Let's see Kylian MBAPPE's market price in 2023. Kylian MBAPPE's market value and Kylian MBAPPE's market value. So take a look at top 10 soccer players with the highest rankings in 2023. Jude Bellingham being one of them at 208 million, Phil Foden 200. Then Kylian MBAPPE comes in at 190.7 million euros. And that is Kylian MBAPPE, 190.7 million euros. So you can definitely see that is quite big money. How many football players can Manchester United get with 190.37 million euros? Actual 190.7 million euros. How many football players can Manchester United get? And sometimes it's not about big names, but if the football player is going to come in score as many goals as there is, if United is going to sign the football player who is as good as Erling Haaland, is going to put this impact in the Premier League, then 190.7 million euros definitely isn't a bad figure. But being realistic, it is a big figure for a club like Manchester United to spend all this amount of money on one football player. United has the money undoubtedly, but I still think it's quite a lot. Anyway, let's see that. So we need to put in consideration. Other football players and their market prices. Anyway, let's see who else. Harry Kane. We need to see Harry Kane. We need to see Harry Kane's market value, and we see 2023 Harry Kane market value. Definitely, that stands at between 67.4 million euros to 112.3 million euros. And remember, he's a 25 plus goal scoring football player, and that's what a football manager definitely needs from a player. So it could be a better deal, but remember, Harry Kane is a bit older. He's older than MBAPPE. MBAPPE is still a bit young, so United could have quite a bit period of time with him. And then let's see, Tammy Abraham is £40 million. And who else was in there? We talked about Kylian MBAPPE. We've talked about Harry Kane. We've talked about. Oh, we need to see Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is also, I think, around 100 million euros. Let's see how much is Victor Osimhen. What's market value? Market value. Oh, I can't find the. Okay. Oh, Victor Osimhen's market value isn't bad. For some reason, I don't believe this source. It's saying 52.5 million euros to 87.5 million euros. I think he's more than that. He's definitely more than that. Let me get a reliable source. Let's get a reliable source right here. Oh, still they're saying 70 million euros transfer. That's why that was his transfer. Market value. We need to see his current market value in 2020, and I'm getting it right here from a very reliable source, and it's saying 112.6 million euros. You know, that's also quite that's also quite a big number for a football player like him, because you're not very sure about what these football players are going to definitely do. I think you need a football player who's going to bring a bit of impact. But as Erik ten Hag said, if you need a good football player, also need to be willing to inject in the money, because these days the football players are very expensive. The sort of football players that he definitely wants are quite expensive. Anyway, it will be a good thing if Kylian Mbappe ends up at Manchester United. And please subscribe, ring that notification bell so that we bring to you the latest that will definitely be coming in, as United has been linked to this football star, and we think things will be going on quite well for the club Manchester United if they definitely go on trying to pursue this dream. Thank you and goodbye for now.